Welcome to today's webinar, Improving Pathophysiology Course Outcomes and Enhancing the Student Learning Experience webinar. Today we're going to discuss Navigate eFolio Pathophysiology, a Practical Approach, 2nd edition. My name is Jennifer Stiles. I'm the Senior Marketing Manager for Nursing here at Jones & Bartlett Learning, and I'm joined by my colleague, Mary Colleen Liberti, the Technology Product Manager for Nursing as well. She will walk us through a live product demonstration shortly in the presentation. First, I want to give you just a brief overview of what we plan to cover today. I'll walk you through a brief overview of the text. I'll talk a little bit about what Navigate eFolio is at a high level before we get into the live product demonstration. I'll turn it over to Mary Colleen, and she'll actually bring us live into the product. We'll then talk about how you can get started with using this product in your course. We'll also discuss pricing, and then I'll share with you some instructor and student feedback as well as some of our research findings around our Navigate digital products. Some of you I know might be using Pathophysiology, a Practical Approach, 2nd edition, the textbook. This text actually came out in its 2nd edition this spring. And for those of you who may not be using it and who might be a little bit new to this textbook and its approach, I wanted just to describe it briefly so that you have an idea of how the content is covered. It's a truly innovative, user-friendly approach to teaching pathophysiology. I know Lachelle Story, who is the author of this particular textbook, was looking for a textbook that would actually teach this topic to her students in a manner that was easy to digest and understand. So she came up with this approach and has authored 2 of these textbooks. The content is presented in a unique and readable manner for students, containing colorful graphics. It focuses on content that is need to know, omitting anything that might be extraneous for this level of pathophysiology. And the author, Lachelle Story, follows a concept-based approach in terms of the organization of the text. She also includes updated information around current research as well as current epidemiological trends. If you'd like to learn more about this textbook, I invite you to visit go.jblearning.com/patho2e, and you can also view the webinar that Lachelle Story recorded for us earlier this spring by visiting our community site at www.jblnursing.com, and you can find that archive on the webinar and events page. To complement the textbook, we have a great digital accompaniment for you, and it's our Navigate eFolio product. And Mary Colleen will walk you through the product in just a few minutes. But I wanted just to let you know some of the great benefits that we have for both instructors and students that accompany the pathophysiology text. For instructors, there's a complete course glossary and course management tools. There's loads of instructor support in terms of video and documentation that are available live within the product on demand at any time. The product also contains a syllabus so that you can map your course for the semester to the syllabus, or you can be flexible and take from it what you'd like. It also contains some chapter objectives, chapter quizzes, suggested learning activities, as well as case studies. All of these support materials are there for an instructor to use to draw from what they would like to and use that to enhance their course or as a foundation for building their course. Students love this product because it contains a fully interactive ebook with visualizations and animations, and Mary Colleen will show you those briefly. Quick quizzes allow students to test their knowledge. There are also other features such as try-in activity, flashcards, and crossword puzzles. All of these activities are designed to enhance the student learning experience and to take a complex topic such as pathophysiology and really make the learning fun and engaging. Journal article links are also included. That's a bonus to the Navigate eFolio, and they're found outside of the textbook. At this point, I'm going to turn the presentation over to Mary Colleen. You'll see our screen switch for just a second while I change Mary Colleen's role to the presenter. So don't be alarmed if you see your screen go to a green color for just a second. And at this time, Mary Colleen, you can take it away with the product demo.
Thanks so much, Jen. As Jen mentioned, you will see the screen switching, and I'm so glad that you're taking the time to review this demonstration of this product. We've spent a lot of time to really make it as interactive and really enthralling for your students. especially in the ebook, we've included just a ton of multimedia options for them. So let me get started. At this moment, you're reviewing and taking a look at the Jones and Bartlett Navigate Learning Management System. That is a version of Moodle, and it is the Jones and Bartlett Learning version of Moodle. So if you're familiar with Moodle, then this will look very familiar to you. And you'll be seeing our course product for pathophysiology within the learning management system. And this includes many different tools for both instructors and students, offers you a ton of flexibility and customization options, and it includes a really enriched ebook. So again, your student is going to have just a great experience. So let's get started. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move you through this product in a way that a student would typically move through it. So we'll start with the course resources and tools, and then we'll move into the various lessons, which are mapped directly to the exact chapters in the print text. In addition, we'll take a look at the ebook. We'll go through some of the multimedia, and of course, we'll show you some of the tools that instructors can use to customize their products. So let's get started. The first thing I wanted to point out is something that we've done and we feel very strongly about at Jones and Bartlett is really employing the best instructional processes and tools for our students so that they can really improve their learning outcomes. So as you'll see, one thing that we've incorporated in this design is what we call a repeatable design. And it's very simple in that the repeatable design allows students to really become accustomed to the various lessons or chapters within the digital product. Once they basically get an understanding of that, they're able to really be able to move into any one of those chapters with no problem. They get to learn that chapter, and then they're able to really feel comfortable moving through the product at ease. And again, they spend more time learning the content and less time learning how to use the tool. So again, that's something we believe strongly in. So let's start with the course resources and tools. First, we have a news forum, and I'm going to open that up. And that is exactly what it is, what it says it is. It's basically a place for you to put personalized or customized news or announcements to your students. And you can add a new topic. And again, that is really an instructor tool, and that's built directly in the learning management system. One thing I did want to mention also is that this is in Moodle, but we can make this content available in any learning management system. So as Jen has mentioned, we have this available in Blackboard and any other of the major learning management systems like Canvas or Desire to Learn. So feel free to reach out to your sales rep, and we can work directly with you or your IT professional to help you fit that to your needs, and you can utilize your own gradebook. The next tool that we have here is the image gallery, and I've actually opened that up already. So let me show you. It's broken out by chapter, and it really gives the student an opportunity to take a look at these items. Let's move to the, I want to make sure I'm getting you to the correct item here. Let's get these. Let's open up Chapter 4, and as you can see, this is a complete set of the images from the print text. So the student can go in, click on one of these images, and review it at their leisure or to use as a practice tool. So let's go back into the course tools and resources. The next resource we have here is the ebook, and I'm going to talk about that in a little bit as we move into the lessons. But again, obviously a very important tool that the student's going to lean on within this course. In addition, we have some great instructor support videos and documentation. And as you'll notice here, some of these items are grayed out, and that's purposefully done. And basically what this means is that these items are available to the instructor only. Students will not even see them. So presently you're viewing the instructor side of the product. When the student sees this product, they are not going to see these items, so they will not be available to them. And obviously we have some other very sensitive items here like the instructor test bank. We have some additional case studies and practice answers. So again, these are all rubrics and additional content that only the instructor is going to use, and we include them for ease of access for the instructor. In addition, we offer a syllabus, and I'm going to just open that up for you. The syllabus is built into a Microsoft Word document, and again, easily editable and customizable for your needs. It includes all the information that is tied to this course, but of course, you can really customize this for any implementation. So right now, this is tied directly to the number of chapters. If you want to break it out, tied to various weeks, you have the complete opportunity to customize it for your own curriculum needs. Okay, so this is basically the course resources and tools, and now we're going to go and we're going to move into one of the lessons. And we're going to go to lesson 4, which is cardiovascular function. And as you can see, it's very approachable, very intuitive, and easy for students to access. So basically what they see is exactly what they're going to get. We made it very simple for them, so they don't have to spend a lot of time trying to find things. They have the lesson description, and then they can move right into the welcome piece of the course and lesson. So we're going to go into the learning objectives. Those are built directly into the learning management system, right into Moodle. So if, as an instructor, you choose that you want to update these and customize these to your needs, you can go ahead and do that. The next piece that we have here is the PowerPoint, and I'm going to show you that. That's the standard PowerPoint that accompanies the course. And of course, an instructor could easily make that non-accessible to the student if they chose to. So again, the one beautiful thing about the way we've built this course is that we have a lot of different puzzle pieces. We've broken those out, and then the instructor really has the ability to really move those items around, make them available to their students, and in many cases, be able to customize them to their own curriculum needs. Okay, the student has moved through the welcome section, and now they're going into study. And this is where we're going to go. We're going to take a look at the interactive ebook. So let me open that up for you. And here we go. So as you can see, we have that vibrant cover of this pathophysiology text, and a very simple, easy to move, and intuitive interface for the student. So they're really going to like this ebook. It has all the standard tools, and of course, more importantly, we've added some just great bonus content in here, some great multimedia. So let's get started. I'm going to point out some of the basic tools that allow students to navigate through this content. As you can see right on top here, very easy. They're always going to know where they are in the course because they have this great navigational tool. So they can move through it, and it's very easy. And as you can see, this is just a great looking text. They can type any page number they want in there if they want. They have that option. And they also can go forward and backward. In addition, they have the ability to change the view. So they can make this a view for 2 pages. They can go back to single page view. They have the ability to look at the entire page based on height. And they can go and do the whole entire width of 1 page. So we're going to go back to the single page view, and I'm going to turn this back to 100%. So here's another tool that students have at hand. They can change the size of that view. They can increase it or decrease it. They have the ability to zoom to particular sections of the page, and they also have this great scroll hand, so they can move the page around if they'd like to. So especially when they have they're at 180%, they can easily move around. that page. So again, great tools for navigating and viewing the text. In addition, we have these standard tools that come with most ebooks, and these are really useful for really customizing the learning experience for a student. So we have a bookmark tool, so they can go in and they can add those bookmarks. They can create it, and then they can go back to this great tab feature and find My Bookmarks. They go in there and they can see where they've actually indicated that bookmark. They can also search for bookmarks. And again, if they want to, as I'll show you in a few seconds, they can print those bookmarks out. In addition, they can add notes to the page. They can also add a link, so if they have additional information that they want to tie this to, they can do that. They can create a link, and then they can save this. And again, they can go under My Notes, and there's their note, and again, they can print this out. And they can sort these by various ways, so they can sort it by date, by page, or by text. And then, of course, the all-important highlight tool, which everyone likes to use. Students especially feel comfortable using and being able to control their learning experience by being able to highlight. So they have various colors to highlight with. They have blue, they have pink, so they can really use these colors to organize their learning path. And then they can erase by using the same, by going over it again. So again, makes it really easy for them. The one nice thing about this is we've also captured those highlights. So if students want to go ahead and access those highlights, they go over to that tab feature, and there they are. And if they're using some sort of color coordination system, they'll see those colors right there. So that's really going to be useful for them. They can also look at only particular ones if they're interested in doing that. And they can print these highlights out. So if they really want to just get to the kernel of information, they can print that information out and use it as a study guide. So again, just a great tool. Another tool that I think is just great to use is our glossary. So we have this great interactive glossary. You can search for any term, and it will search the entire book. And as you can see, it's a very thorough search. And it goes very directly, so using heart, which is going to show up quite a bit, you'll see that there's a ton of pages where heart is indicated within the book. So students can use that. I think that's one of the best tools that is provided and really makes the e-book experience a great one. So let's go into a couple of the other navigational features. We have this great content tab. So this table of contents, it allows students to get directly to the content, and they can move in this and really save a lot of time. So if they want to get directly to a particular point in the actual text, they can get to that right away. So again, a real help to them. The other thing that I think is really fantastic for being able to study and review content is this Media Library tab. So this is really fantastic for the student who wants to go in and really review the multimedia and also maybe take a quiz. So as you can see, in this particular chapter, we have just a ton of multimedia. And what we're going to show today is blood flow through the heart. So let me show you that quickly. And I've got that. We'll open that up. And here we are. So this is a visualization. This gives the student a couple of options. So they have this great graphic. They have the ability to see the flow of carbon dioxide-rich blood, and they click on that, and they get to see that blood flow. They can also see the flow of oxygen-rich blood with the red arrows, and they can see both of the way the blood flow is moving through the heart in both ways. And then they also can receive a description about what's happening. So again, this is a really great visualization for a student to utilize. Okay. In addition, in this chapter, we also have some quizzes. So each chapter has at least one quiz, and the student is able to move through this. They get immediate feedback. They can check their answers. So again, it's not assignable. This is really something that can be used as a practice tool for the student. Very easy to use. They click on this, and they can either check their answers or they can go ahead and advance. So we'll show an example of what happens when I check my answer. So it shows me that answer is incorrect. I'm going to move through this. And then I get to get that response. So I got one correct. And it gives the student clear instructions on how to utilize this. So again, just another great review tool that we offer students. So, and again, this is a really great tool. The e-book is something that your students will embrace. They're going to feel extremely excited about the use of the multimedia in this. There's just so much to work with that they're really going to feel confident being able to review these concepts. And we've really brought these things to life. For those who have used the story title before, you're going to see just even more multimedia this time. So again, we've increased it by at least 50%. All right, so let's get back to the course. I'm going to pull that up, and we can go through the rest of the tools that we have. So we've looked at the e-book. We're still in the study section, and now we're going to take a look at the flashcards. Again, another tool that's really easy for students to utilize. Again, really offering them options for doing some practice, and they can use this tool over and over again. This is all of the terms, the glossary terms from Chapter 4 are included in these flashcards, and you can throw this in here, and they'll get the answer that they put in, and they'll also see what the correct answer is. And then they can just click to continue. And they can go back and use this over and over again. Every time they finish this, this will reset. So when they close it, it will reset. In addition, we have a crossword puzzle tool. This is also content that's taken from the glossary, very easy for students to utilize. For those who like to do these kind of tools and use these tools, it's a great review tool to really get up to speed with the terms within this chapter. And again, this is all Chapter 4 content. And each one of the chapters includes a flashcard, a practice activity, and also a crossword puzzle. Now we're moving out of study and into the review and practice. And here's an example of where we've offered an instructor tool, which is a class activity. So here is a very specific activity for the instructor to initiate within the class. There's various ways that this can be handled. And of course, as a default, we've offered this only to the instructor. If the instructor wanted to edit this and make it available or announce it in some way in the class, they have the complete opportunity to do that because that's built directly in the Moodle or the Learning Management System. So if you're using Blackboard, you're going to be able to edit this very easily. In addition, we have 2 case studies, and those are also directly in the Learning Management System, so they're editable. They're also assignable and gradable. So again, giving you a lot of flexibility. As we move on, we move into the Assess and Evaluate section, and we have a quiz. This is a simple quiz. It basically reviews the content within the chapter. In this case, we have 4 questions. These are all multiple choice questions. There's multiple choice, fill in the blank, so various types of questions are employed. And again, this is assignable and gradable, and certainly with the test bank that's included, an instructor could easily augment this or add more questions or add your own questions. And then as we move from assess to evaluate, we move into the resources section. So now the student has some great web links that they can review. These are taken from the print text, and in some cases they will offer additional content for the student. So this is just great information for them to take the time, and these can be assigned as well. So again, giving you a lot of opportunity to offer your students some additional content. And then we also offer journal article links, which we know that's so incredibly important. So here are some more journal articles. And of course, students really love to be able to access these and really get that evidence-based practice piece fulfilled and be able to see it in action. So that's the course. And I invite you to take a closer look, really get into that ebook, and spend some time reviewing that multimedia. It's really fantastic stuff. And if you have any questions, feel free to contact your sales rep. And now I'm going to give you back to Jennifer Stiles.
Great. Thanks, Mary Colleen. That was a great overview, really thorough, and I think it gave instructors everything they needed to really understand the product. So if you could just pass me the presenter control back. I have a few more slides that I'm going to run through. You'll see the screen switch just just really briefly here. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how you can get started with Navigate eFolio Pathophysiology. So once you decide to adopt the product, you will meet with what we call an implementation specialist via WebEx and also via telephone. So that's part of our faculty onboarding. They will walk you through step-by-step how you can set up this course and how you can go ahead and edit it, make changes, and really customize it and make it your own. We also have robust instructor resources available in the way of video tutorials. Those are available inside of the course, and Mary Colleen pointed those out to you. We also have LMS integration available as well. If that's something that you're interested in learning more about, you can talk to your sales rep about it. We currently do have Blackboard cartridges available for this product, as well as our other Navigate suite of eFolio products as well. Next, I wanted to share with you some instructor feedback, and just to let you know that we have received positive instructor feedback for these types of products. And this instructor from Eastern Gateway Community College, she was using a previous version of Navigate eFolio Pathophysiology for the first edition and wanted to let us know that within 1 hour she was able to get up and running and to edit the course content, and was very pleased with that. And she found that our customer support was very knowledgeable, patient, and really excellent in their instruction of the product. We have great implementation specialists who really know these products well and understand how instructors will use them. So that's just great to know when you're adopting this product. And she also tells us that she's using a similar competitor product for her microbiology course, but found that it didn't have the flexibility or the functionality of Navigate eFolio. Students, too, really love this product, and I'm sure it's no surprise that they really love having the ebook with all of the features that Mary Colleen showed us, such as the highlighting, being able to print and save the course material. They find that it makes the learning fun and enjoyable, and it's also a great way for them to stay organized as well. Last fall, we conducted a few efficacy studies around our Navigate eFolio products, and I just wanted to share with you some of the high-level findings. We targeted 2 schools. This is based on a fall 2013 market research study that was conducted at both Darton State College as well as the University of Texas at Tyler. And this was for our Navigate eFolio Nursing Informatics tool. And we've really found that this is a proven learning tool that really helps to engage students, improve outcomes, and really enhance the overall learning experience. For this particular study, we found that more than 80% of the students that had used the Navigate eFolio Nursing Informatics product told us that it prepared them well for class, they found it enjoyable to use, and it really helped them study more efficiently. And nearly all of the students were glad that they tried this product and would definitely recommend it for future use. That's really just a snapshot of this particular research finding. To read the complete white paper, you could access it at our Navigate site. That's jblnavigate.com/research. Before we conclude today's presentation, I just wanted to point out a few additional resources where you can find more information. Our JBL Navigate eFolio site contains a listing of all of our products by discipline. You can check that out at www.jblnavigate.com/eFolio. And we also invite you to try this product in the sandbox. And what this is it's a virtual representation of the product that you saw Mary Colleen review today. It contains one chapter of what you've seen, and the functionality and all of the features are the same as what you've seen. So if you want a little bit of an opportunity to try it for yourself, we recommend that you visit our sandbox site. That can be found at demo.navigate.jblearning.com, and the username and password to access the Pathophysiology product as well as any of our nursing products is nursing demo without a space, and that's for both the username and the password. If you'd like to schedule a more in-depth product demonstration, we invite you to contact your sales rep, and you can do that by visiting www.jblearning.com. And if you find that About and Contact a Rep site area on our website, that will lead you to the form that you can fill out, and you'll be contacted immediately by a sales rep. And lastly, if you wanted a little bit more information about the efficacy studies we've conducted recently on our Navigate products, I invite you to check out the research section of jblnavigate.com. This concludes today's presentation, and we thank you for joining us today. And if you'd like more information on upcoming web events as well as live events, you can visit the nursing community site found at www.jblnursing.com, and you can visit the events page. Thank you again.